Let's see how it tastes. Hello from New Orleans.
Before my very first trip here, Americans kept telling me the same thing about the city. It doesn't feel like America. I had 4 days to find out if they're right.
I have to say, walking around the French Quarter, it really reminds me of France. Just the history of this place, it's incredible.
First up, the thing everyone said I had to try before anything else.
Now, when it comes to food, there is one place, there is such an institution, there's always lines outside. This is a beignet, or beignet as you call it, and they are powdery, floury donuts that are covered in sugar, but this is an institution. They taste unbelievable.
The buildings were the first clue, but everyone kept telling me the same thing. You don't understand the city by looking at it. You understand by eating it. I started at the French market. Locals have been trading on this exact spot longer than Louisiana has been American. Case in point, they handed me alligator.
These are alligator bites. This will be my first time having alligator. Although I've had crocodile before, and I know what that tastes like, a cross between chicken and fish. But alligator is gonna be a bit different, I reckon. So let's see how it tastes. Oh, the seasoning's tasty. Kind of tastes like fish. Yeah, it's really tasty.
Then I crossed Canal Street and heard my favorite story of the trip. When the Americans first arrived, the locals wanted nothing to do with them. So the Americans built their own city right across the street. Even the American part of New Orleans exists because the rest of it refused to be America. And this side of town is where locals eat now. Most of it stuff visitors never think to order.
So I mentioned this before, but New Orleans is the capital for food in America. And the cuisine is different from everywhere else in the whole country. This is a New Orleans classic sandwich called the po' boy. They usually have like crawfish, lobster, fish, all kinds of meat in it, but in this case, it's the roast beef. That is amazing. This po' boy is so good. This is a crab beignet. I've had sweet beignet before, which is really famous here, but I've never had it with crab before, so it's basically like a donut. Oh wow, the crab inside tastes incredible. This is like proper comfort food right here. This is the eggplant Napoleon, which is basically crawfish sauce over eggplant and shrimp. This looks decadent. It definitely looks so good, so can't wait to try it. Crawfish sauce, absolutely punching with flavor. The shrimp, that's deep fried, adds a good crunch, and the eggplant just sits at the bottom.
Then one night, I got a table at the grandest old restaurant in the city, the kind of place where dinner comes with a show, and the dessert invented in this exact room.
So, Bananas Foster created here at Brennan's in 1951. Our original owner, Owen Brennan, very good friends with a man named Richard Foster, or Mr. Brennan's, having his own restaurant. He challenged his chef, Paul Manger at the time, to come up with a creative and unique menu to showcase the restaurant while also honoring his friend. So Mr. Brennan finds his sister Ella, who was our general manager at the time. He says, Ella, we need dessert for 50 people. There needs to be something special. And the last piece, vanilla ice cream. Again, a little bit of spite from Ella. Owen hated vanilla ice cream personally. He also thought it was immature and childish, didn't belong in a fine dining establishment. Brought it out, did the whole show. Obviously, it was a huge success. Owen was begrudgingly forced to put it on his menu. And here we are, a little Jamaican rum.
So this is probably the most famous dish at Brennan's, the Banana Foster. Apparently it's invented here. It looks really good, smells really good. Let's see how it tastes. Oh, so nice. The banana is amazing. Goes well with the ice cream, and the syrup or sauce just really makes it.
But I'd be lying if I said none of it felt American, because then there's Bourbon Street.
I am on the famous Bourbon Street in the French Quarter in New Orleans, and this place is buzzing. Even on a Sunday night, there's so many people about. It is the place to be. However, it's also full of touristy places.
The music on Bourbon Street is for visitors. To find out where the city's sound exactly comes from, I had to leave the quarter entirely for a Sunday brunch at a place locals talk about like it's their holy ground. Little Richard first performed Tutti Frutti on this stage. Ray Charles played this room. Then it went dark for decades, and when I walked in, it had been back open for less than a year.
So everyone knows about St. Louis Cathedral, which is a must for every person visiting New Orleans. However, right next door, people forget about this one. This is the Presbytère, or the State Museum. And this is the best place to learn everything there is to know about New Orleans history and culture. So let's check it out.
But there's one thing you can't understand about the city without standing in this room. In 2005, the levees failed and 80% of New Orleans went underwater. I gave myself 20 minutes in here. It was the heaviest 20 minutes of this trip. And here's what I couldn't get my head around. 6 months after the flood, the city held Mardi Gras anyway, because here, celebration isn't the opposite of grief, it's the answer to it. Mardi Gras was 2 weeks away when I visited, and across the river, there's a warehouse where they built it. All of it, year round. I went to see it.
So unfortunately, I'm not going to be in New Orleans for the Mardi Gras itself. However, I'm doing the next best thing, which is the Mardi Gras factory. Mardi Gras factory is where all those floats are made. And it's going to be very interesting to hear about it. And just seeing it all here, the detail is just incredible.
So, were they right? Does this city not feel like America? Here's my verdict. The food isn't American. The music actually is. It was invented here. The way the city grieves, the way it celebrates doesn't work like anywhere else in the country. And that's exactly why it might matter more than anywhere else in it. In the one city that feels like nowhere else on earth,